So let's go to our secondary views. I'm going to create a new file. It's going to be SwiftUI, and let's first create the background. So say game square view. And what we can do is get this circle, copy it, and we're going to paste it here. And for this to work, remember, we need to pass the geometry reader because we don't know exact size of our screen here. So we're going to pass it to our var, and I'm going to call this proxy is geometry proxy. Pay attention, we are not using geometry reader here. Instead, we are using geometry proxy. And here, instead of geometry, I'm just putting the proxy.size.width, and the rest is the same. I'm going to comment out this part here, which is showing our canvas, because we are not going to need that again. And second is our, again, SwiftUI, and this one is going to be the indicator. So let's call this player indicator view. Player indicator view. And here we are going to have this image that we have created. Let's go here and get our image. And paste it here. We need to pass the name of our image here because this is the only thing changes. So we should have like an empty state when there is nothing selected, or X or O, depending on who is selecting it. So we will say var system name, system image name. This is type of string. And here we are just going to pass that instead of hard coding Apple logo. I'm going to get rid of that. And here, let's pass that information, which will be our default name, and opacity. And now we can check if our system image name, so we say system image name equals to Apple logo. If it is Apple logo or whatever you choose to be your empty state, we will say that we want opacity to be 0. Otherwise, we want opacity to be 1, which is 100%. If I click resume, we are going to see an empty view here because we're passing Apple logo here. Let's click try again. I think I know why it doesn't work, because we have a problem here. If I get rid of this for now, and this error should disappear. Now we can check our player indicator view. Let's close this and click resume. Right, so we don't see anything. So if I was, I don't know, X mark the system image name, okay, because this is white color, let's put it red just to see if it's showing. So we have a red X here, but if it's an Apple logo, it will automatically put the opacity to 0, so we don't see it. I will choose to change this to white again. So this view is also set. Now we can, instead of using the circle and the image, we can remove this, and now our code should look like much shorter. We'll say game square view. We initialize one with proxy, and here we just pass our geometry and that's it. And the next thing is our player indicator view. And we are going to pass some kind of name here. Let's just pass, this is obviously going to be dynamic. So depending on our situation, it's going to be X, O, or we will pass Apple logo here as default. Yeah, let's actually pass Apple logo. So if I click resume, we should see all the blue circles empty because our Apple logo automatically sets them empty. If I put it X mark, all of them are X. Now this is how our X mark will look. So I will change it back to Apple logo. So everything is empty. And our game view is ready. The functionality obviously doesn't work. Let's on our next lecture we will do the our loading view. But before we get there, since we are here on our Z stack, we want to add a function for our tab. So every time a user taps on this, we want something to happen. So I will put on tab gesture, and we're going to add some code. Let's just for now put print, and I will say tap on spot, and let's use our eye here to see which one was tapped, and let's run our application. So this way we will see if our for each is also working. So let's tap on spot 0. Let's try it. This is 1, this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So all our indexes are recorded. We have access to all of them. And obviously the user interface doesn't change, which we are going to do it dynamically here. And yeah, once we get our functionality working, we can do this X and O dynamically. So our next step will be adding the loading part here, loading view.